Hi everyone, my name is Vishal Singh and I'll be teaching you chess today. So in the previous class we had completed check in two moves. We hadn't completed that. We were in the process of completing it. And once we're done with the check in two moves, we'll be done with that today, and we'll move towards the piece value. Okay, so let's begin. I'll be sharing my screen now. Let me know if you can see my screen. Okay, perfect. So we already did complete this, and the answer to this was quite simple. The bishop was already in that. Bishop is already capable of attacking this pawn here at f8, and that can be a check to the king, but it cannot attack directly because it needs support. If it does attack directly, it will be simply captured. So we do not want that, right? What we need is to provide support using the knight here at f3. So our move would be knight to g5. Once the pawn is under the attack range of the knight, meaning once the bishop attacks here, uh, the knight will be supporting our bishop, and that would be perfectly great move. So that is the correct answer. Okay, moving on. So we need to give a check to the opponent's king in two moves. How will we do that over here? Okay, so there are again plenty of ways, but again, please pause the video and think of the ways you can do it, and then come back. Okay. Okay, so the quite simple answer can be we can get the knight out of the way anywhere we want, and once that is done, we can use our bishop to give it a check. Why will we use our bishop? Do you see the black king is in the black box currently, and our white bishop is in the black box? So they are the same colors, and we can utilize our bishop to give a check to the opponent king directly. Quite simple, right? Okay. So it doesn't matter where you move your knight, you can move it to f5 or f1, or let's say g2 for as an example. Once that is done, we can simply play knight to e3, and that will be a direct check to the king. Okay. Again, so we need to give check to the opponent king, and we're playing as white. Uh, do you think the bishop will be of any use? No, right? Why? You see in what place the king is in white box, right? The bishop can be utilized, but not directly. It can be utilized as a support. Okay, I'm making this very clear. We cannot directly use the bishop to give a check to the king in this given situation, because the king is in the white box and our white bishop is in a black box. So see, that will completely not make sense to use our bishop directly, but we can use it indirectly using that as a support. So there are again plenty of ways. We can either play our queen to e4. Once the queen is at e4, we can then move it towards the left at c4, and then that is a direct check to the opponent king. Either that, or we play our bishop to c5 and then capture the knight here at e7. Even that would be perfectly fine, because we're utilizing the bishop as well in this one, while in the previous example we only utilized the queen. Correct. So let's go with the second example, because we have been given two pieces. Why not utilize both of them, right? So our move would be bishop to c5, and then finally queen to e7. Great. Okay. Okay, we're done with this. So we'll move on to the piece values. Okay. Now, why this is useful is when you have, suppose you have a pawn, and you have two options. You can either capture the queen or the bishop. What would you capture and why? Okay, again pause the video, think of the solution, and come back. So I've told you the queen is worth 9 points. I've mentioned this plenty of times. The rook is worth 5 points. The bishop is worth 3 points. The knight is worth 3 points, and the pawn is worth 1 point. So if you have an option, and you can, suppose if you take out the bishop, the opponent will lose 3 points. If you take out the queen, the opponent will lose 9 points. So what will you take out? Suppose you do take out the bishop and the opponent loses 3 points, meaning you will be in advantage by 3 points yourself. So is that a favorable option? I mean, that is definitely a favorable option if you are in advantage, but a better option would be to take out the queen. Why? You take out the queen, the enemy loses 9 points, meaning you will be in advantage by 9 points as well. Correct? Okay, so that is how you decide. If you have an option of capturing two pieces that are worth different values, always go for the higher one. Got it? Unless you have a different kind of strategy planned in your mind. So the answer to this one is pretty simple. Pawn to c6. Okay. Okay, yeah. Now here you have been given a queen. You're playing as white. You have three options. You can directly capture the pawn. You can directly capture the bishop or the rook. Kindly pause the video, think carefully, and then come back. Okay, and I'll tell you the answer and why. Okay. So, do you think you should capture the rook? Logically, that is correct, right? It is worth 5 points. I think this should be the right answer, but is it? No, why? Because as soon as you capture the rook, the bishop will capture your queen. So that doesn't make sense. The enemy will lose 5 points because you're capturing the rook. But then the bishop captures your queen. So you lose 9 points. So 9 minus 5, 4 points. So your enemy will in return will be in advantage by 4 points. We do not want this. We do not want your enemy to be in advantage. We want you to be in advantage. So capturing the rook is out of the option. What we should do is, now that we know we cannot capture the rook because the bishop is guarding it, now we have two options. We can either go for the pawn and the bishop. Which one do you think is more worth out of these two? Definitely the bishop, correct? So the correct answer is to go for the bishop. The answer is queen to e6. Again, very simple. Okay. So you see, you are under the check. You are under the check by the queen. You cannot. You now. Uh, you cannot take out the queen. You cannot take out the rook as well. You can take out the rook, but then again, you cannot ignore a check. You are under a check, so that is not an option. You need to get your king out of the way. Well, you cannot even take out the pawn. Why? Because the rook is protecting it. The only option left is you can take out the knight. Why? Because that is not protected by anything and it is definitely worth 3 points. So that would be a great move. Why? You're getting out of a check. Remember CPR, capture, protect, and run. So you're running away to, you are capturing the enemy's knight for free. So that is an amazing move. The answer would be king to e4. Okay, again, you are under check again because of the pawn and the rook. So you have three options. You can either capture the pawn, the knight, and the rook. Logically, you should go for the rook, but why would you not do that? Think again. It's the same situation all over again that I explained in the second puzzle. It's because the knight is protecting the uh, the rook. See, not right. Okay, so we know we cannot take out the rook. The only two options we have left is pawn and the knight. Which do you think is worth more points? Definitely the bishop, right? So the answer is quite simple, king to d1. So okay, this is a little tricky. Please pause the video and come back. It is quite tricky and I want you to think of an answer yourself. Okay. So here you have an option to take out the enemy knight. Okay. You have an option to take out the enemy rook. You have an option to take out the enemy queen as well. So what would you go? Your knight is actually covering all three of these, but you can utilize your queen, your king as well. Do you think this would be a good option? No, right? Why? Just as you saw, we take out the enemy knight. The enemy takes out our knight. So that is just an exchange of equal number of points. You do not get in any kind of advantage. Your opponent does not get in any kind of advantage. Neither the both of you get in any kind of disadvantage. So that is a perfectly balanced exchange. So we do not want that. What we want, so logically we should go for the queen, right? Because now we know the knight is out of the way. But should we do that? Is our knight capable of doing that in the first place? No. Why? Because as soon as we move our knight away, that will be an illegal move because is the bishop will be threatening our king. So our knight is actually pinned over here. We cannot move our knight out of the way. See? So utilizing the knight is out of the option. Now that you look carefully, utilizing the knight is out of the option. Killing the knight, opponent's knight using our king is out of the option. So do you think you can utilize your rook? No, right? It's completely blocked itself inside. So we have a bishop, right? We can utilize the bishop. Why not go for the bishop? Now we know we cannot utilize the knight, so taking out queen is out of the option. We cannot take out the queen. We cannot utilize a knight. So the only best option we have is to take out the rook. It is actually worth 5 points. That is a lot of points in the game of chess. It is quite rook is a powerful piece. Taking out that is quite a good move. So the correct answer here would be to take out the enemy rook using your bishop. So the answer is bishop to h6. Got it? Quite simple. Okay. So that was all for today's class. I hope you guys enjoyed and you learned why the piece of the value is so important and why you can use it to your advantage. So I hope you guys enjoyed and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.